Hey gang, Ross Brand here for LivestreamUniverse.com, and this is a test of a couple new features of StreamYard. I'm just figuring them out, just threw together a couple quick videos. What you saw was the ability to run an intro on StreamYard. It's a brief video clip that you upload as an overlay. 3 megabytes is the size limitation, so it's a short, small video clip, which is perfect for an intro, an outro, something that maybe you run in between segments, or that recaps quickly something that maybe an offer you have or whatever. But there's a lot of different ways to use it. And again, I'll just play it again just to kind of show you. Again, this isn't like great graphic design or anything, but I'll just show you again how you could use it. And so here we are, breaking news. StreamYard has a new feature. So that's one way to do it. Then the other thing is you can add a background. So if you go to, say, a picture-in-picture kind of setup, let's try this. Let me add. So there we go. So if I'm sharing, let's say I'm sharing my screen, or I have multiple guests on, and there's background showing. Same principle. You can upload a 3 megabyte video that can be your background. So in this case, I'm doing kind of what it looks like the news channels do, which is some type of motion in the background, fairly slow, but just enough to kind of keep your attention. And then I can, of course, I can switch to this view. I can switch back to this view, and you have a background rather than, say, a blank screen or a static image behind your video. So that's another way that you can use this. We're using StreamYard, by the way. If you're interested in StreamYard, there's a link pinned in the comments. Feel free to click that, check it out, sign up, and do the free trial. It's actually free to use, unlimited streaming, I believe, right now. And then there are other plans. You can save money by using that link as you decide to sign up for a premium plan, but check it out. Also, if you'd like to learn more about StreamYard, you see the graphic on the screen. I interviewed StreamYard CEO Gage Vandentop back in January, and the video is up on YouTube, and it'll take you through pretty much how to use the platform, why you should use the platform, and what some people are doing with it, which is a great way really to learn about StreamYard, get to know one of the guys behind this app. They're really doing a great job in bringing together an app that's very professional, easy to use, familiar, but with, higher quality, and I would say just more user-friendly, better features. It's really a great app for anyone, whether you're getting started doing your first live streams, or you're experienced and you want to go live on YouTube or Facebook or RTMP or multiple platforms. You can do that all through StreamYard. Hey, Gord, good to see you. Hey, Patricia, Lenny Besterman, Sandra, Kevin Black, Ileane Smith. Happy Easter, everyone. Happy Passover. Happy holidays. Hope everybody's doing great. Thanks so much for joining. Do you think this is a feature you would use, these backgrounds? Do you think this is something that you would use on your broadcast? Let me know if it's something you think you would use. Do you think you would use a brief video as an open? Again, this is a motion video behind me as a background, and then I can switch to if I'm on solo, and then let's say I come on and I do a little pre-show or something, and then I want to run my intro. I can upload a video as an overlay, and that video can have sound. Also, do let me know that you are hearing the sound when I play the video. And we're back. Thank you so much for joining us. I got to come up with something better than that, but it was fun to throw that together real quick. And again, if you want to use the background feature when you go to a split screen, a picture-in-picture, you're sharing your desktop, whatever it is, you can use a video clip and have some motion behind your, behind the windows where your video is and where your image is, which is kind of a cool way to do it. So love what StreamYard's doing with this, definitely stepping up the professionalism, and it's just a really nice way to be able to add some professional features and share with people a little bit more that can catch your attention, in the news feed, because after all, Facebook's newsfeed is very busy, and there's a lot of competition for attention and everything else. So the more dynamic elements you can put into a video without distracting from your message, without distracting from the quality of the show, and if you're doing an interview, without distracting from the interview, all those things, I think, really help you grab attention, help you get people to click on that video when they're watching with the sign off and all that kind of good stuff. Hey, Ed Marvin is here. Ileane says the sound is excellent. Good to know. Sandra says she heard the sound. How are you, Sandra? Good to see you. Let's see. Ileane says she's going to use the background. She needs to create one. I don't have an outro clip yet. And again, I think this intro clip is just for the test today. But I may put together an outro clip as well. I think that could be fun. Yeah, I think I'm going to do an outro clip too. The background I got from ScreenFlow, and I just basically took a video that was made to be a background through ScreenFlow. Has an option to buy like a stock library, a stock footage, stock media library, which has clips and images and audio that you can put into productions. And I've just started using it, and I think that's a good way as well. Ed Marvin says, AKA Flash in Your Pan Productions. Yeah, thank you, Ed. Yes, sounds good, looks good, Ross. Appreciate that. Ileane says she has ScreenFlow, so she might end up with the same one. If you have the stock media library with ScreenFlow, I have ScreenFlow 8. I believe that's the latest version. There's so many choices. You could just type in backgrounds or what, you'll come up with more choices than you could imagine. I think for the background, keeping it sort of simple and subtle is probably better than flashy and distracting. But for the open, for the close, you can do whatever kind of works with your brand. Remember, it has to be 3 megabytes. So when I export from ScreenFlow, rather than exporting it in high quality, I set it to 720 HD, but I export it in, there's a choice you can choose in the manual settings, high quality or lower quality. I choose the lower quality setting because obviously it's a background, and even the intro, I think, probably looks good enough on Facebook as it is. The other thing is, if you want to do something using the highest quality export from ScreenFlow, then you just have to make it really, really short so that it's 3 megabytes. Although Gage mentioned there are ways that, he's going to share, I think, that you can also compress the video even more. So if you have a larger file, you can do that. Lenny Besterman says that he likes it. Lenny, you got to check out Lenny's channel if you haven't. Sarasota Experience, flies a drone, gives beautiful shots of the beach and everything else going on. Ileane says she has it. She's used it on a few videos. Bonnie Frank is here. She asks if it works seamlessly like Ecamm. I'm not that familiar with Ecamm, to be honest with you. With all the features, Ileane would know Ecamm better than I would. But it seems pretty easy to use. It seems pretty flawless so far. One of the things that I really like about this platform right now is I have this background video running under my video, and I had it running not only under my video, but when I laid the overlay video over it. And with all that, the quality never seemed to decline, at least from what I'm looking at my end. The Ileane, I you know, as Ileane said, she'll use the lower quality, but that's just a choice because it's got to stay within the 3 megabytes. But the quality itself of the platform, in terms of, you know, the audio, the video, as best I can tell, it's not backed off at all by me running these videos underneath. So regarding Ecamm, Ileane says, Bonnie Frank, it's not the same as Ecamm Network because we can't unmute the mic in StreamYard. I think you can unmute the mic, Ileane. I think it's just the default is to shut the mic off so that it doesn't, you know, you don't get feedback and talking over it and all that. Mr. John DeStefano's here. What's going on, my friend? Fellow New York City video mastermind, associate colleague, good friend. Great to see you, John. Bonnie Frank says StreamYard is easier to add guests, and she lives that. I think she meant live it as well. But yeah, I mean, that's the cool thing. The most important thing for me when I'm doing talk shows and interview shows is how quickly, how easily I can get the guests on, number one. And then number two, does the quality maintain itself when you bring on a second person or a third person or a fifth person or whatever? And again, so far, the reason that I use this platform for my talk shows is that the quality seems to maintain itself in terms of audio and video. It doesn't seem to degrade. It doesn't seem to be a lot of, I don't know what you call it. We used to call it Gilberting on Blap, where the audio or the video's shaking and kind of coming in and out and not real clean. So, yeah. So Ileane said that would be awesome if we could unmute, because then we could talk over a silent video. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can do that. You can't use the video with sound as a background, I don't believe. That's automatically muted. But when you put the video on the overlay, you could put a video on the overlay without audio, and then I believe you can manually turn your audio back on and talk over that video. So again, this is for short clips. So if you wanted to run a longer clip, say you wanted to share a video of something, I think doing that probably is a screen share for a much longer video, and then talking over it would probably be the most effective way to do that. Gord says you can use handbrake to compress further if you need to. That's good to know. Handbrake for compression. And again, if you're not using StreamYard, you want to get started with it or check it out, take it for a test drive, we have a link pinned in the comments. Click that, sign up. Very easy to get started, very user-friendly. Let me know if you have any questions. Bonnie says the StreamYard quality seems to really hold up. Podcasters using it now for multi-person podcast. And you know, that's the great thing, seeing Dave Jackson, seeing Jim Collison doing Ask the Podcast Coach with it. And for people just joining us, I'm going to show you again how this works. And we're back live. Breaking news, a new StreamYard feature. And so then that is a video intro, or, you know, you could play that between segments. You could use something like that as a close. And it's a 3 megabyte clip, a short video clip that you can use. You add that as an overlay, and then you can also add now a video clip as a background up to 3 megabytes. So when I go to change the view to something like this, you see the background as such. You see a moving background, and that's a video clip. And again, for backgrounds, I think the subtle probably works better than the flashy. You don't want to distract from the show just enough to have that movement that keeps people paying attention. So that is the new feature of StreamYard. I think it's pretty cool. Let me know what you think if you're just joining us, if you're just seeing it for the first time. Oh, it's called handbrake, Gord says, not handbrake. Hey, Alfredo, thanks for joining. Larry Snow, good to see you. Good to see everybody. Andy, nice to see you here. Great to see. This is very, very cool. Nice turnout. Cool new feature. Kim Gaskell, great seeing you. She said she's just started playing with StreamYard this week. And how you liking it so far? Good to see Kim. It's so great that everybody kind of knows everybody too here in the chat. That's really cool. Sandra asked, does it record your broadcast? Not right now. That may be something that'll come along. You can download, obviously, the video from Facebook. You can download separate the audio if you want to make a podcast out of it. You can also record locally, either audio or audio and video, depending on how your setup is. I have a mixer interface that also records at the same time. Now, I don't use that when I'm doing something like this today, but I would use that often if I was thinking that this was something I would make a podcast out of. But I'm thinking this is just a little too visual. Bonnie says, thanks for doing this today. Thanks for joining us, Bonnie. I'm going to do this one more time. And we are back live. I get a kick out of this. And then again, if you haven't seen the background, this is how you could do it. I don't have a guest, so you see the picture in picture. And then I can go back to solo as well. Ileane Smith will be joining us, hopefully, momentarily. Bonnie says she prefers having StreamYard for guests on because it's not relying on Skype, which is a CPU hog. That it can be, definitely. Yeah, I mean, the platform's really, really smooth. Really, really smooth. I'm going to stop sharing my screen so that when I bring Ileane up, it will just be the two of us. So I'm going to add Ileane to the screen. Welcome, Ileane.
Hey, well, this is incredible. Thank you so much for this impromptu invite.
Yeah, thanks for volunteering to come on. It's great to talk to you, and it's fun to test this out together. I'm going to switch into the other view so that they can see the background with the two of us.
Yeah, absolutely. I love it. I love that one. That's why I said I'll be looking for that.
I love that. I mean, I can send you the clip if you want. You can just use the same.
Yeah, I'll just see if they have it in another color wave, because the color is good for you, but it just all depends.
And then when we go to this view, we can add a banner across the bottom that doesn't, a lower third that doesn't interfere with either of our video. And you have the background with that as well. This is what it would look like without the background, and then going back to the background. And if I add a screen share, then it pulls us over there, and there's the background. Then we do that, 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 and there we are.
Yeah, remember we went through all of comparison feature by feature.
That's right.
At the time when we did that, February, March, it had to be February. StreamYard didn't have all these features that they have now. So, we might have to revisit some of these.
Right.
Not as many platforms though. But I was curious because Bonnie asked that question and about, the audio, how it comes in. Was it seamless like Ecamm? Because Ecamm works a little differently. And one of the things that you can do with Ecamm is adjust the volume levels. So let's say not that particular intro, but let's say you just had a different intro music. Now I know I was talking about silent, but now I'm asking about a music intro, but at a lower volume. Can we unmute our mic and still talk? Like if I went to say, welcome to the Miss Ileane Speaks podcast, and still have that music playing and that intro going.
Shall we try it?
Yeah, we can try it. You go ahead. I'll just be quiet.
Okay, here we go. Well, I assume it mutes everybody, but we can. Let me see if I can turn me or you or both of us on.
The thing is, will it let you unmute yourself and talk while it's playing?
Let's try it. All right, here we go. The show is just about to start. We're coming on right now, and our special guest joins us. It's Ileane Smith, Miss Ileane. You know her from Miss Ileane Speaks on YouTube. You know the podcast, Miss Ileane Speaks, blog tips, show updates, reviews of products, all the good stuff. Check out her website, IleaneSmith.com. Did I get the intro right?
Yes, that was amazing. That went, and I didn't know if you could do that, and you could. I could hear you talking over top of the intro, and it sounded good. It sounded good. So that's fantastic.
Now I'm going to try and do it again, but this time I'm going to turn your mic on.
Okay.
And you say, whatever you want to say, like, here comes Ross, or here comes the show, or whatever,
Okay.
So let's try. Just give me a second, because after I put the video on, it'll take me a second to turn your mic back on. Yeah,
because it tells me that my mic is muted. So I guess it'll tell me if it's unmuted.
I guess we'll find out whether I can actually unmute yours or not.
Okay.
So, ready? Okay, I don't see a way to unmute yours because I unmute mine in my settings. Now, when you look at your settings, you don't see a way to unmute your mic when that's playing.
No, actually, I get the message across the screen. And I took a screenshot. So let me open it up and let me do a screen share so everybody can see what their guest is seeing.
Right.
And see, it says your mic is muted while the video plays.
Huh.
And
so you just uploaded the video, right? Or you uploaded your screen, right?
I just took a screenshot. Now I'm screen sharing the screenshot.
Oh, okay. Okay. So that's what you see. I'm just going to put that on full screen.
And that was on the entire time that the video was playing.
Oh, to let you know that you'll be in the show when the video's over. So don't, throw things against the wall.
Right. So I was, okay, so I'll put this down now. So I was just wondering if it was going to turn off and say, like you're unmuted now, but it never did. It just, the whole entire time that video played, it told me that my mic was muted. So that's okay. You probably don't want your guests unless you're the co-host, but it's not a big deal. The host, whoever is running the show and starting it on their computer, is the one who's going to be able to talk over that. And most people may not even want to do that. It was just something that I like to do because my music is a little bit more subtle, and so now I know that I can do that with this new update for StreamYard. So I'm super happy.
Oh, I like it a lot, and my mind's racing with the possibilities. I mean, you could go to a clip like this that, in between talking about something, like I went to it. I was going to sneeze. And so I'm like, let me try it again, right? Free out, because it automatically mutes my mic. I don't have to go down to my mixer or anything.
Right.
But also, you could use it to share your website and, tell people, follow us on Facebook with a quick, jingle and graphic. And then that's one less thing you have to remember to say. You just play the video. It gives you a second a break. It gives the audience a way to get the information differently. But I also think like you could use this. I'm just going to play this again. Ready? Coming up on today's show, live stream news with Ross Brand. Our special guest is Ileane Smith, and we're talking all about the latest developments in live streaming. So you could actually have a producer who did the intro. Like it could be your show and you have somebody else as a guest, and I could be producing it and I could do and here's Ms. Ileane Smith, and then
absolutely
it fades out and it goes. So there's a lot of cool little things that, I'm thinking that you can do with this feature. Don't tell everybody. That'll be in the course.
Yeah. So, yep, this is going to be really a great feature. And there's going to be so many ways that folks will use this feature. It is pretty exciting.
Yeah, it is. It is. So what, any live streaming plans coming up for you this week?
Well, I am struggling with trying to find as many ways possible to go live with audio on Facebook. So once I get that all together, I will be. Oh, Sandra says spill the beans, but I know she wasn't saying spill the beans about what I just said. Oh my God, that's so funny. You did it when you had to sneeze. Yes, that was funny.
Yeah, one of those 3-4 times that I played it, you really didn't need to play it again.
Yeah, it came in handy. Yep. Okay, well, congratulations to StreamYard for, just innovating and giving folks what they asked for. That means so very much to us as community, and for them to be responsive to our needs. And, Ross, my prediction is still coming true little by little, that pretty soon all the things are going to do all the things.
Yes. But will they all do them in this quality and with ease of use? And that's what I'm loving for this type of show, how easy it was to just send you a link, and next thing I know, you're on, and we can have this conversation, and people can see us talking about this and trying the feature and all that stuff. So thanks for jumping in.
Yes, because really quickly, I'm glad you brought that up, because I had a fail this morning. There was an app fail. I'm looking for, like I told you, this live audio thing, right? And so I go into the Apple App Store and I find this app called Needle, Nedle, and it says, oh, you can go and you can listen to all the greatest topics and so many people talking live, and you can do your own show. First of all, I search for podcasting, social media, nothing, right? And I said, okay, since nobody's doing it, I search for social media. I said, so since nobody's doing it, I will start up, because you get 9 minutes for free. That thing just kept going around and around. Oh, yeah. I'm like, okay, we're not going to talk about that app.
Right.
So the apps that are stable and have great audio and great video, like StreamYard, we got a winner here, don't we, Ross?
This is a good one. This is definitely a good app to have.
Yes.
Sandra Van Sickle, can you only stream to one platform at one time? Well, they have integration StreamYard with Restream.io. And so if you get a subscription to Restream.io, then you can go to whatever platforms Restream can take you. They also have RTMP, so there's other restreaming, multi-channel streaming services like Switchboard Live, where you could RTMP from here to Switchboard Live, and then they would send it out to multiple platforms. The great Chris Strub is here. Welcome, Chris. Chris doing good things over on LinkedIn Live. One of the few people I know so far. Winnie Sun as well. A couple others who have live streaming rights or access on LinkedIn Live. So congratulations, Chris, for that and for the good content that you're doing. Sandra had also asked earlier about how many people you can bring on. You can have up to 5 guests, so you can have up to 6 people on their webcams and microphones at one time. And the cool thing again about this platform is it seems to be very stable. The quality seems to stay up even as you test it to the limits. And if you haven't tried StreamYard, check out the link pinned in the comments and give it a shot. I'm really loving this new feature. And again, for people just joining, I'm going to show you, you can do these backgrounds where you put a video clip up. And so when you go to different views, you have a motion background behind you. And you can also play intros, outros, and other short video clips as long as it's under 3 megabytes. And again, for those who've been here for a while, well, enjoy it again. And if you're new, here's... And that's just something I threw together, by the way. That's not like an official StreamYard production or anything like that. You can do whatever you want with it. It's up to you. I just threw that together to have something in a couple seconds to do that. And StreamYard is iOS and Android, so you can join from your mobile device. Sandra says she streams live every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern on the Live with Sandra V show. She shares information within the custom drapery and home furnishings. She currently uses Ecamm. Very cool. I used to own 7 p.m. Eastern, and I would always get mad at any friends who went live 7 p.m. Eastern. But right now, I only go live on Thursdays, a couple Thursdays a month, usually at 7 p.m. Eastern. So no complaint with that. Honored you're using that time slot. I love the 7 p.m. Eastern time slot for live streaming. As I say that, I've probably encouraged 5 people to try live streaming at 7 p.m. Eastern. Chris says, feel free to connect with me over on LinkedIn so you can tune in. We're talking about the new features on StreamYard, the ability to add a video background so you can have something that looks like this, or a better way to do it would be like this, or video clips up to 3 megabytes as your intro, as an outro, or that you would play in other times during your broadcast. So anyway, hope you've enjoyed this intro. Do check out StreamYard. There's a link in the comments. The pin link will take you there, and you can try it out. It's a great platform. It's something that I've been using for my talk shows since the beginning of the year, and love the stability, love the features, love that it's easy to use but professional. And thanks, everybody, for joining. And so that's how it goes. Thank you, Sandra. Thanks, everybody.